Hi, we're back.
So, I was telling Rachel,
Very belated.
this was one of my favorite gifts from Yaya. I told Rachel that as soon as I put this on, I just instantly become more high maintenance. I mean, because look at it.
If that's possible.
Is it not fabulous? When I opened it, I was like, I just died. My mom was dying laughing because I'm like,
So you wanted this one or?
I chose two. I said I either want this one or the black one.
Oh.
But this one, I love it. I just love it. And Tyler laughs at me. So on New Year's Eve, we did nothing. We had 4 teenagers spend the night. And I went to take my kids to Yaya's, which is literally like 2 blocks away from here. And this is what I wore. And a mom pulled up. One of the girls' moms pulled up because her Addison forgot to bring something. And so as I'm pulling back into the house from dropping the kids off, and I get out and I'm like, hi. I'm like, I was just dropping the kids off at my parents' house, and this is what I had on. I'm like, we're not going anywhere. We're just in for the night. And she's probably like, because my makeup's all, my fur, like, but you know, she doesn't know me well yet, so she doesn't realize that this is me.
Oh, that you're extra. Oh, we need to take our shots.
Okay, I'll take off my fur.
Yeah, don't spill ionics on your fur.
No, this is beautiful. Gosh, dang, it's nice and, I just love it.
Gosh, we're filming a few today. I'm gonna make these
Yeah.
shots smaller. Oops.
Well, 3.
Oops.
So,
A little bit bigger one. Cheers!
cheers! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! I feel like I've been taking a lot of shots lately, but just not of ionics.
I have not.
So, we're recapping Christmas today.
Yes.
What we got, what we loved,
What we hated.
what we didn't really ask for, what
I hated.
all the things.
I'm gonna be honest. So,
your favorite Christmas present, and go.
my favorite Christmas present was probably my fur.
Really?
Yeah. And
Not your Ugg boots?
no, I mean, I love the Ugg boots, but I mean, if you could just wrap me in this, like when I die,
Okay.
yeah, just keep that in mind.
Well, remember.
Unless I have a new fabulous fur by then, which is possible.
I'm sure you will by then.
So, another favorite. I mean, I get a lot of stuff from my parents.
Yeah.
Like I just do. This shirt is new. The shirt I wore in the last video was new. I probably have 15 new pieces of clothing.
Wow. Wow.
I'm very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag blessed. Okay, so what was your favorite? I like this color.
This is new. I think Lisa or
Your
my in-laws
tag is sticking out.
gave this to me. It's very comfy too.
It looks like it.
So my favorite gift was
And don't say something stupid like my kid's macaroni necklace.
my robot vacuum was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
From my mom and stepdad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got my mom and dad a Roomba for,
Mm-hmm.
and she texted me and she's like, I just want to let you know, I love this.
It's awesome.
Did you get
Because we had a vacuum, I mean, with our 2 little kids, it's ridiculous. Except the kids think that it's fun to go turn it on. And I'm like, it's not a toy.
Yeah.
It's mommy's special robot. Don't touch it. Because I'm afraid, because we have a new
robot.
puppy at home too. And he's getting to be potty trained. But I'm afraid he's going to like go shit somewhere in the house.
Oh,
and not find it.
the
And they
robot
like
is
turn the
gonna
robot
pick it
on and
up?
it's going to like ruin the whole robot vacuum.
I don't think that would happen, but
Well, because when
don't
I
wanna
turn the
clean out
robot on,
shit out
I've
of a
picked up all the
robot.
toys, you know, and I've
Uh-huh.
checked all the rooms so that it can go do its thing. But if I don't know it and the girls turn it on and
see,
it gets caught up in some
so
shit, that would be
Emery
awful.
named ours Swiper, and I feel like when Swiper's on, it gives me anxiety, and I don't know why. Because when I'm standing like in the kitchen and he's coming near me, I'm like, oh God, he's coming. And I just have this overwhelming urge to run. I don't know why. I mean, it's like this little, I know, but he drives me nuts.
He'll move out of your way.
I know, but I just
Turn.
don't, I just feel like he's stalking me. But
he's cleaning your floors for you.
yeah.
Well,
There's
alright.
that. Well,
Ours does a great job. I'm surprised.
I
don't know how
honestly end up going and doing. I vacuum myself. Probably I just haven't gotten it because I'm so used to it. I mean, literally, you come over and you're like, your vacuum is never put away.
Right.
Because I've probably vacuumed 20 times a day in different spots. So I think I just need to get in the habit more of using it because I just forget about Swiper.
Yeah.
But you love yours and it picks up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to empty it a lot?
I mean, I've emptied it a couple times just because I'm curious on how much, and it's like a lot of stuff in there.
See, and it doesn't look, when I see ours, I'm like, where does it all go? Like, it can't hold that much, but I guess it does. I mean, it's like this, the vacuum, like, canister thing, I feel like has to hold way more.
Right.
Maybe it compresses it down more. I don't know. But you have tile and carpet.
Both, yes.
Do you think it does better on one versus the other?
I think it does good on both.
Okay.
It's the one I got.
Because we don't have any carpet. We just have rugs. Yeah. And the rugs have enough detail that it's hard to even tell if there's stuff on it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I don't really have an opinion.
But yours is mostly like dog hair that is probably good.
Oh, it's all dog hair all day, every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably our favorite. And I mean, honestly, I just say my clothes, I just clump them together.
Right.
Because I don't buy myself clothes. Like, I'm not a shopper, you know that. So this is how I get my clothes.
Right. Birthdays and Christmas.
Yeah. Let's talk about our least favorite.
I don't necessarily have a least favorite, but I know yours.
Well, okay.
Yes. So what is your least favorite Christmas gift, Amanda?
So I just want to say, first of all, I know I sound like a spoiled brat because I was sitting in the bathtub on Christmas morning crying. But I did not tell this person that I was sitting in the bathtub crying on Christmas morning until a couple days after Christmas, and every time I saw what I got mad. So I thought that the husband had asked me what I wanted. And so last year I had a pair of Uggs and I loved the hell out of those Uggs.
Y'all, if you know Amanda and you follow her on Facebook, and last winter, you know the Uggs that we're talking about that have holes in the toes.
They literally had a hole.
Paint everywhere.
Like, literally, if I walked, it tripped me. The hole was so bad because I loved the shit out of them, right? And there was paint all over them. So last spring, the husband was like, we have to get rid. These are ridiculous. Like, you cannot. Because I would wear them out in public because I would forget. Like, I'd be like, oh, shit, my foot is hanging out. Shouldn't have worn these. So he's like, so finally last spring, he put his foot down. He's like, you cannot wear these anymore. And I'm like, oh. So we got rid of them. And I didn't realize, I mean, I knew I would miss them, but I didn't realize to what extent until this.
Well, and summertime, you don't wear the
exactly. But this winter rolled around and I'm like,
I need my Uggs.
What the hell? Like, my foot is cold. There's no warm, comfy goodness. So, and he had told me last spring when I got rid of them that this year he would get me new Uggs to make up for my toss.
So that's what you wanted from the husband?
Yes. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to get. So there's a box shaped like the Uggs. And I'm like, that's it. So I opened up the first gift from him and it is, I did get perfume and I really liked the perfume. And he got me the perfume because I told him a couple days before that the Sephora one I asked for, my mom forgot to get me. So he felt bad. So he got me perfume and then I opened up something else and it was like, he's like, oh, I saw this on Instagram and I wanted to try it. And it was tape.
Like packaging tape?
It's like this. It looks, so it's about the same size as like masking tape, but apparently it's double-sided and you can use it to tape anything. So it's basically glorified wall mounting tape.
Okay.
And then he wanted to try, and socks. And I appreciate the socks because I do steal his socks. So I appreciate the socks. And it was a back stretcher. He's like, I saw this on Instagram too. He's like, you know, those Instagram ads get me and I wanted to try this. And I'm like,
a back stretcher?
It's like this,
something you like lay on?
Yeah. I haven't tried it because I resented him every time I looked at it. So.
Has he tried it?
Probably. The kids played on it one day. So then I think that I'm getting ready to open my Uggs and I'm so excited because on Christmas Day we wear pajamas all day. like that's what we wear on Christmas Day. And so I planned my Christmas pajamas with my new Uggs, right? So I go to open it. It was a fucking bidet. He bought me a fucking bidet for Christmas. Literally, you're like, what the heck? I texted you and you're like, no.
You're like, I know I sound like a huge brat. And she's like, I just need to vent to someone so I don't cry. And she's like, I feel like it's not about the gifts and I really don't care and I know that.
Yes.
But like, Tyler got all stuff that he wanted for me. And
because I opened it and I was like, I didn't even, I was like, what do I do? Like, what do I do?
And didn't he say like, I
Yeah,
wanted
he
a
goes,
bidet?
I've always wanted one of these and I think you're really going to like it once you try it. And I was like, I don't ever want it. Like, literally, that thing is still in the box in our bathroom. And when I look at it, I'm like, F you, bidet. Every time I get mad. I don't even want to see it. And I was not going to use it. Even if he installed it, I was like, I'm not using this shit. So, but I didn't say anything because I knew that I probably sounded like a brat. But I was still very salty about the bidet. So I waited like 2 days and he kept saying, what's wrong? What's up? And I'm like, nothing. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And it wasn't like I was acting mad. I think I was just more quiet because I knew if I started talking, I would start crying. And I didn't want it to be a fight. And I didn't want to sound like a baby. And the reason I felt upset about it wasn't because of the gifts. It was because it felt like he bought me stuff for himself. Mm-hmm. And maybe he really thought that, actually, I do think that he thought that I would really like all of those things once I tried them. But I had actually asked for things. Like, there was multiple things that I'd asked for. And I'm like, I didn't get one of them. Mm-hmm. And when I go to buy him gifts, I really think about what he's asked for.
Would want. Yeah.
So I brought it up a couple nights later. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, and I kept looking at that I'd just taken a bath. And the bidet was just right in front of me on the bathtub ledge. And I'm like, I cannot resent this thing for the rest of my life. So I'm going to have to tell him. So I told him. And initially he got a little bit mad because I sounded like a brat. And then I think once he thought about it, he realized more what I was saying. So anyways, so we went to bed. It was fine. The next day I was doing laundry and I came up here to put away laundry. And on my bed, on my side of the bed, there was a box of new Uggs. I didn't even know when he went and bought them. Like, it was like,
so it was after Christmas.
Yes, it was like 4 days after Christmas. I went up.
That's sweet.
Yes, and I immediately thanked him and texted and appreciated it, and I love them, and my feet feel so much better. But
way to save the day, Tyler.
Don't ever get your wife a fucking bidet
unless she asks.
Don't do it. And so then today,
and she's the type of person like, no,
I don't want anything by my ass. I want nothing. I don't want water shooting up by it. I don't want anything approaching it. Okay. Nothing. Let's just put it that way. I don't know.
She's like, I will never not wipe.
Yeah, that's
like,
disgusting.
No.
Like, I'm one of those people, I have to use toilet paper and wet wipes. Like, ew. There's a reason that we now have toilet paper and flushable wipes.
You do. I think you do use a kind of an obscene amount of toilet paper.
Because I really like
I went to the bathroom and it's just pee people.
I really like to be clean.
So much toilet paper and there's like, God, I'm gonna clog it. I gotta flush it before I pee.
This is what you for your ass? No. No. And think about what if it touches somebody else's ass? Ugh.
It's just your water.
I know. No. So
is the bidet getting returned?
Okay, well, so what happened just today, first of all, I wasn't he's handy, but he doesn't necessarily like to be handy. So when I saw that this thing had to be installed, and I sure as hell was not, and even if I knew what I was doing, I was not going to install that, right? Because I was not going to use it. So today he comes up to me and he's like, yeah, bad news. The bidet is not going to work for our toilet. And I'm like, oh, darn.
Guess you better return it then.
Do not ever buy your wife a bidet. Do not do it. It's going to end in a fight and tears. Don't. It's a terrible idea. Like, if you really want a bidet, let's say, don't make that a Christmas present. Just go buy it, because that's something that you just go, like, you need a toilet bowl plunger, right?
That should not be.
Just go buy it. Don't make that a Christmas present. You need a new bathtub faucet. Go buy it. Don't give it to her as a Christmas gift. That's a terrible idea. Well, you would think, but
so okay, what else?
That's literally my least favorite Christmas gift I've ever received.
You got together with all of the family and stuff.
Yes, and my mom. I sent you a video. The sheets.
But you guys didn't see Tyler's parents yet, or
so Tyler's parents, they did not. They ended up telling Tyler on Christmas Eve that they were in town.
Oh.
And we didn't know that. And we'd already made plans. So he went and saw them late Christmas night for a little bit.
Late Christmas.
With Emery. I was here because I was waiting on the older kids go see their dad like around 5, and then he brings them back home. But no, we did not know his parents were coming in town until literally Christmas Eve day. And, you know, when you already make plans. So, anyways.
I feel like we just 2 days straight, we were like bouncing back and forth for family.
We used to do that, and I hated it because you don't even actually get to enjoy the day.
So, okay, on the 23rd, I went to that ugly Christmas sweater thing.
Whose?
It was with the Rains' neighborhood people.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yes, I told you this. Remember?
No.
I was really hungover. I haven't told you this story?
No.
Oh, I'll tell you on the vlog then, I guess.
There's always a story that ends in Rachel being really hungover.
This is... Oh boy.
Okay, so
we went out on the 23rd.
She's always like, I'm just going to have one. I'm like, she's never just going to have one. Okay, go ahead.
I have lately, since then. We went out on the 23rd. I drank too much. Billy and I got in an argument kind of that night once we were home, and he had went and bought McDonald's. And
wait, did he go with you?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a couples thing. Okay.
Yeah. He went with me. We got in an argument, and he had gotten McDonald's, and then I was too upset to eat the McDonald's, so I just passed out, which I should have ate the McDonald's.
I would never be too upset to eat McDonald's.
Well, he also threw it in the street, so.
What the hell happened?
Oh, well, that's just another story for later.
I'm like, oh.
Okay. Anyways, so I'm drunk.
And I thought the bidet was bad.
On Christmas Eve, my dad was coming over at 10:30 a.m. and we were going to have...
I knew this.
We were going to have dinner with him at our house at like noon.
And I was make ham.
Cooking the whole meal. Cheesy potatoes, deviled eggs, green
and I
beans,
told you,
ham.
do something easy, Rachel.
So Billy was still upset on Christmas Eve morning, and he just left the house. And I'm like,
oh, this is good.
And the girls had stayed the night at my in-laws on the 23rd while we went out. And so I'm home by myself trying to make this dinner, so hungover. I'm literally dry heaving in the kitchen sink while I'm trying to cook dinner or lunch or our meal and
that
stuff.
Sounds
terrible. And I told my dad, like, take your time. Like, I have,
and
stuff to do.
Dad likes to drink too.
Yeah. So, I mean, not as much.
But he probably wouldn't be as judgy if you were like, I'm hungover.
He got there and I was like, I'm struggling. I drank too much last night.
I'm just saying,
like,
my mom...
He's like, did you try the hair of the dog? And I'm like, no, I can't even think about that. So anyways, my dad got there and he's like, where's the girls? Where's Billy? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I hope they'll be here soon. Oh my
God.
And so they showed up and Billy and I talked on the phone right before my dad got there, and we were good. We were okay. So I somehow put all the food together, and we sat down to eat. Of course, I had my plate of food, and I'm like, I can't touch this because it'll just come right back up.
Sounds like that one night at Kristen's house where we were filming the next day, and you were literally still vomiting at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, when we did the waxing.
Yeah.
So that happened. We had that lunch, and then I started to feel better, 4 or 5
You should have eaten the McDonald's. That grease helps soak up.
I would have been fine because I would have eaten the McDonald's and pounded a bunch of water and taken ibuprofen and went to bed, and none of that happened.
That
And
sounds
so
terrible.
I felt better that evening, and we had to go then to his parents' house, and we had a dinner over there, and then we opened a few gifts over there.
On Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah. And then once we get home, get the girls to bed, it's Santa's coming in the morning. Oh, and Peyton, so we're talking about, get to bed. Santa's not going to come to you. And she's like, Mom, I don't want Santa to come. I don't want Santa to come. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why? She's like, can he just not come inside? And so she was scared of a stranger coming into the house, right? So I was like, well, what if I leave Santa a note on the front door and say, you can just leave the presents on the front porch and Mommy and Daddy will bring them in.
Okay.
Yeah. So then she had to watch me write the note to Santa and tape it on the door. And I was like, Santa won't come in. Don't worry. And she's like, okay. And then she comes out of her room like 3 times. I heard something. Is he trying to come in, Mom? I'm like, got to bed.
So like, Santa isn't bringing you shit if you don't stay in your bed.
Like, get the hell in your bed and go
so
sleep.
You hadn't even wrapped yet?
Well, there was a couple, like her bed was huge and we hadn't really wrapped that. And
we keep a couple of massive Christmas bags that are like the size of our bed. Like we have 3 of them for that purpose.
I had a Christmas blanket and we just kind of like
That's good.
had the mattress and the big box thing and had it covered with a blanket because we weren't going to wrap it.
But you hadn't wrapped her other stuff yet?
No, a lot of it was wrapped. There was a
okay.
couple of things that like, I'm like, where's this? Where's that? And, doing the stockings and stuff. So anyways, they wake up and we, Santa came and Mom and Dad got all the presents from the front porch, right? We had to leave the cookies outside too because Santa couldn't come inside. Yeah. And I had the cookies on the entry table. She's like, Mom, you have to put them outside so Santa can get them. I was like, well, I'll put them once you're asleep so they don't get frozen.
You're
for
much
Santa.
more patient than me because I would have been like, go to bed or you're not getting shit. Santa's fine. He's not a stranger.
So yeah, my mom and stepdad came over at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
So did you guys wait to do Santa until they got there?
Yeah, they opened their stockings before they got there. And then we did all the Santa presents and gifts with my mom and stepdad. And then we cleaned up that stuff. Parker took a nap and then we went to my in-laws' house again for the rest of the evening until 10 o'clock or whatever, and we had a dinner over there and more presents, and then we got home.
So I like my holidays to be calm. So we wake up and we told the kids, okay, so first of all, we had everything wrapped except a couple of little things, and that's what bags are for. And literally, so every kid has tubs that their gifts are in, and they don't look because they're downstairs in storage, right? And in every tub, there's a bag and 3 pieces of tissue paper per bag. So yeah, because you can't put back literally. So and then each kid inside of their tubs, they have a bag of their stocking stuff. Like I've already organized them all. So then on Christmas night, we're just hauling. Now I will say this: it took us 2 hours to haul everything up and get it out.
But it's already wrapped.
It's already wrapped. And if it wasn't wrapped, literally, I already had the bag and the tissue paper ready. Everything was sorted. And I arrange it. We don't do it under the tree. Each kid has their own pile.
You guys went a little bit.
We always do.
So much.
We always do. But each kid has their own wrapping paper and their own pile. And like, it's very, like, I cannot wait until the night before. I've done it.
Christmas Eve?
Yes, that's terrible. But so and our kids are older. So literally at 10:10 at night, Emery's like, we need to frost Santa's cookies. And I'm like, God damn it.
Santa doesn't need frosting.
That's what I'm like, really? He probably already has diabetes. But I got back into the spirit. I dug real deep. And I made
You're like, I'm on the whole 30. I can't even eat that.
I made the damn frosting, and we frosted like 35 cookies.
At 10:30 at night.
And they were in bed by like 10. And Emery doesn't even stay up like past 10 ever. But that night, our plans got changed last minute. My grandpa Moody, my only living grandparent, my dad tells my mom the morning of Christmas Eve, hey, Grandpa Moody's gonna come over tonight. He wants to see the kids. We already had a Christmas Eve thing planned. But then that had to be totally rearranged and pushed back so we could see my grandpa Moody. So, which I mean, he's older. I understand. I wanted to see him. It was just, I don't like
last minute.
No, like I need to have a plan. We need to stick with it.
How old is your grandpa Buddy?
92, and he still lives independently.
That's another thing we did on Christmas. So my only living grandparent, my grandma, my dad's
is in
mom.
the assisted.
She's in the nursing home.
Okay.
She's been for less than a year because we did it.
Because last year on Christmas you went and saw her at her house.
So her birthday is also Christmas Day. So she turned 96 on Christmas Day, and
this is your dad's mom.
You can't go to go visit them, but you can talk to them. Like they'll open the window a crack and like talk to them from outside. And so after my mom and stepdad, and they brought over breakfast and stuff, which was nice because I didn't have to do that. So we had breakfast burritos, cinnamon rolls, and like a fruit salad.
Oh, that's nice.
We did presents with them, and like at noon, I loaded up the girls, and we drove to Spring Hill to see my grandma because it was her birthday too. And
it's just a lot of pressure on parents to get everything in.
Yeah. So we like sung her happy birthday, and the kids sang her their Christmas program songs.
Aww.
And then a facility person brought out a gift, and it was a gift from me, from my grandma. And I'm like, obviously she hasn't been shopping.
Is this more stuff from her house?
No, it's even better. Like, I guess the nursing home staff had just like random things around that they let the residents pick from.
Oh.
So I got this little Santa Claus figurine with a little fake candle and a little bottle of perfume that smells like a 90-year-old woman's perfume. And a little angel calendar thing, and I'm like,
she tried.
Grandma.
That was very nice.
Yes, that's all. Yeah,
my grandpa he gives us all socks and then a big wad of cash.
Thanks, Grandpa.
So we were frosting cookies at 10:30 at night. We finally got them into bed. They all wanted to sleep in the same room. We're like, go for it. And I told them, I said, if any of you come out of your room, you're not getting shit. And I said, because at our house, Santa brings half of the gifts and we bring the other half. And they know that Santa requests that we wrap his gifts for him because they've accidentally seen their Santa wrapping paper before. And I'm like, well, that's because Santa asks some people to supply the gift wrap.
Right. Santa's really busy and sometimes
and we can make
wrapping.
that sacrifice.
Yeah.
So they know they can't come out of the rooms. And I also told them, I said, your butts are staying in that room until 8 a.m. Do not come and wake me up. Do not come and wake your dad up. We are sleeping. We're sleeping until 8. So
what time did you go to bed?
1. I went to bed at 1. So 7:15, and I look and I'm like, go back to your room, 45 more minutes.
Who tried to come in? Emery?
Emery. So they went back in there, and they're pretty, and the way our house is set up, they cannot see the downstairs. So 8 o'clock, we all go downstairs, and they are allowed to open their stockings until we get like coffee and situated. And then we go one at a time.
So how long does that take for just you guys to do?
It was over 2 hours. Emery got her police motorcycle and a black fur coat, and that she literally took it, and it was cold that day. She took the police motorcycle and the black fur coat out and rode it, and Rudy was watching her, and Rudy said that the neighbors were poking out, looking and laughing, looking at the blinds, because she looks ridiculous, but that's what she wanted. But, okay, so before we totally wrap this up, this is the good part. And before the good part comes, I want to tell you, subscribe, like, share, comment, okay? So this is the good part that I bet you forgot. So we buy each other gifts.
Oh,
yes. So what I had initially bought Rachel, I bought Rachel something, and I bought myself the same thing because I really wanted it. It's lost. It's in mail purgatory. Yes, it's just gone.
Yours too?
Mm-hmm.
Both of ours.
Mm-hmm. So if I ever get it, I'll let you have it because I really liked it. But and then in addition to that, I was gonna get her the ordinary, some other stuff to go with it. Well, when that didn't happen, and I didn't realize that it was like just gone until a couple days after Christmas, because I knew I ordered it back in November, like even before Thanksgiving.
Jeez.
So, and I kept checking on the shipping, and it looked like it was going to make it here before Christmas, but it didn't. And so then I'd completely forgotten about it. And then after Christmas, it was like 2 days after Christmas, I go to look and I'm like, we're just never going to get it.
Did you like request a refund?
No, but I need to. Because I was hoping, I really wanted this. Anyways.
Well, maybe it'll still show up, but you can also get your refund.
That's, yes. And it's like a small business. I don't even want to say the business because it might not be them. But I really like it.
USPS is just
it's
crazy
a mess.
right
They've lost a ton of my packages to other people.
She texted me
what
my
I
gift.
bought her, it says that it was delivered today at 11:09. It was not. The husband went and checked, even in the mailbox.
January.
So I texted her the pictures of what I ended up buying her.
And I haven't bought her anything.
But there's a reason for that.
But we are going to make a med spa day appointment.
Yeah.
And we are going to go get Botox. Merry Christmas!
I've been begging her for this. I've been like, hey, let's use our business account and get Botox.
She's like, oh, like when we get to certain like milestones in our
And we
business,
hit
she's
it.
like, okay, so is it time for us to get Botox yet? So we're not going to get a ton. Well,
no, I'm not. I'm
not gonna. Like,
no, I'm not gonna get a ton. But I'm gonna try and film it. So the owner of this med spa, I know her. Right. She's like a good family friend. That's why I went to her. So I'm gonna try and film some of it so you guys can see.
Let us like have our appointment together and like.
Yeah, that's what.
Like,
yeah,
I want to see.
yes,
like,
I think they
will.
will.
Are you gonna do lips again too?
I need to get lips done, but I don't. We'll have to whenever we book it, then I'll decide because it depends on when we book it. But so yes, we're gonna try and film it.
Merry Christmas! I'm gonna buy you some Botox, and I'm just gonna get a little bit because I have these 11s here and these. I just want a little bit right here. Right
we just want to look fresh and fabulous.
I just want to try it out.
So
I never thought I would do this.
No, you didn't. So I told Rachel what I bought her. These were things that one of them you said that you wanted. The other one you need. Okay. So and because I don't have it,
two things
I texted her pictures, and so this is how we're doing it. Yes.
So I'm unwrapping my gift right now.
Yeah, it's kind of lame, but it'll work.
Hang on, let me find.
I know.
Wait, which one did I tell you?
Well, you told me that you needed that.
I did?
Yes, you said I really need a new pair of brown ankle boots.
I do.
And they're nice.
I do. I didn't think I told you that.
Yeah, you told me.
And I haven't gotten them, so.
I know, that's why I asked you. I said, what did you get for Christmas?
I do.
Do you like those ones?
Cute. Yeah.
Okay, I do too.
I did need new because I have like a taupe kind of pair and they're old and they're, yeah. And then.
Okay, and I hope you like it. I really like the color and I think it'll be a good color on you.
Well, you got that black long one.
And that's why I got you.
Last year?
Yes. That's why I got you that one because I thought that color would look good on you.
I want a longer.
Billy got her a coat last year and she hates it. Yeah. And she doesn't have like a real winter coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure you like that color?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So.
It looks really warm too.
I know. Well, I read the reviews. The reviews were good. So that's what I got her because I was thinking, so when I was looking at coats, I was like, I love this teddy bear coat. It's like faux fur. And then I'm like, this is for Rachel. This is for Rachel. It needs to be functional. It needs to be like practical. And so I was even with the ankle boots. I'm like, she wants brown and she doesn't need too high of a heel because she's going to have to walk far in these and she bitches if it's a heel.
Yep. You are correct. You know, see, you're really good at gift giving. And I texted her. I said, you know what? I'm a shitty gift giver. I was like, I have no idea what to get you for Christmas.
Not as shitty as my husband this year.
Well, I'm like, I mean, obviously I knew you wanted Botox and whatever, but like I
know, I told her the gift. I said, hey.
And I said, honestly, whatever you want, you know, you just go buy for yourself. So it's hard to like, and I'm just not, I don't take mental notes when people say
I'm so easy to buy for because I like everything. Like I'm like.
I know, but you just would go get it if you wanted it.
Yeah.
You know?
For the most part.
And so I'm like, what do you want for Christmas? And she's like, a gift certificate to
my refreshment
or whatever. And I was like, maybe we should just go get Botox together.
You thought of that. You thought of doing it together. And it's kind of a gift to you guys because you guys will hopefully get to see it. Yeah. Merry Christmas to everyone. So yeah, I'm really good. If somebody says they want something, even if it's in July, I immediately put it in my phone. And I have one for each person.
I'm so
I don't forget.
I'm not good at thinking about.
Well, that's when you finally said that you wanted something. I'm like, yes. And I was so worried that you'd already gotten it. So I texted her when I went to order it and I'm like, what did you get for Christmas?
I know. And I was like, a Roomba vacuum and this
some sweatshirts. And I'm like, okay, so don't go get anything you're going to wear until after Christmas,
I was
until
like,
after
okay.
you get my gift.
I don't know what that meant.
So I'm glad that that went well.
Nope, I did not get any coats or any shoes.
You needed.
I got
so
slippers, but no.
I have a crazy coat collection.
You do. I put them all away
I-
when you moved.
My mom loves coats. My mom loves coats. We all get a new coat like we're 5 every single year.
Yeah.
So I get cold really easily, so I have to have a good warm winter coat. She never wears a coat. And the one that she
didn't
got
like
last year
that.
from Billy is,
I told you I keep on getting I wear that because it is kind of warm, and I went through scooters, 2 different scooters, in like the matter of like the last week or 2
I'm
before
like-
Christmas, and both the baristas like they like make conversation with you. It's weird.
uh-huh.
And the both of them are like, "Oh, I love that coat," and I was like, "Really?
I
Like, are you
was
just making
you-
conversation?"
I was trying to be. I
Right?
do not. It's better than a bidet though. So,
Anyways.
subscribe, like,
Whatever. Comment.
share. Yeah. And
The
this was a
bell
long
thing.
one. Sorry. Christmas was big.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
We have one more to film.
One more
Bye.
shot to take.